Alrighty, I am supposedly streaming to YouTube right now. One of these days we'll have an intro so that things can settle in. But in this case, we're just going to click on a couple of things here, make some minor adjustments, and then fire it up. Today, and I will probably repeat myself in about, 3 minutes if anybody shows, up in the chat. But today, if anybody watching on the replay, I'm going to be doing some stuff in Forza Horizon. And as you can see, although I disabled the screen reader, it seems to enable it automatically, maybe? I don't know. That's interesting. We're going to find out. Now, I should probably set up a chat overlay, but today I'm just going to have the chat window floating around and I can keep an eye on it as needed. What I want to do here is I'm recording this game on a second copy of OBS on my bottom screen. And I plan to figure out if I can get the ultra widescreen configuration going. But before we can do that, apparently I got to disable the screen reader again. And apparently OBS decided it wants to give me an error message about the encoder down on my bottom screen. So I need to investigate that because the whole point of this exercise, this setup, is to be able to record and stream at the same time. Hey, what's up, Orville Nation? Question, when I hit the mute button, can you hear me? Yeah, let me know. I hit the mute button. I said hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you heard me say hello, hello, hello 3 times. It's part of some testing I'm doing. I did discover Video Ninja. Okay, good. That means mute works. Because when I had Video Ninja working, the mute button did not work as expected, which is fine. That was the whole point of me testing it. But now, let me see here. So, I guess I could elucidate what I'm doing here. So, basically, in the OBS video encoding settings, you could tell it what GPU to use. So we got GPU 1 and 2. Apparently, it was on GPU 2, which I don't think exists. So I set it to GPU 1. And if we go to the Windows Task Manager, we can see what GPUs Windows is aware of. So yeah, 0 and 1. So I don't know why my second copy of OBS is trying to access GPU. Wait, you can't hear me now? We can fix that. Excuse me. Now the game audio is muted. That I purposely muted. I mean, once I click on the game window, you'll get audio back. But if I'm muted, that would be super inconvenient. I'm gonna open this up on my mobile telephone to see exactly what we have going on here. Cause yeah, I mean, I got the sound on both ends. Testing. Self-test. Wait, you can't hear the game, right? That's what you mean. Okay, I hope that's what you mean. I'm gonna click on the game again for good measure so we can see. But yeah, the game is in the menu. Here we are. So now we got sound, and I hope I don't have to disable the screen reader every single time I open the game. I mean, maybe it was a lapse in memory. Yeah. Game audio mutes when I'm switching between stuff. Wait, the screen reader is off. So is that how this works? You open up the game and it gives you the yeah, no game, right? Okay. So game audio goes out when I click another screen. Expected behavior. But if I click on game, we can hear both me and game. Okay, so anyway, and let me know if I need to lower the game audio. What's up, David Glenn? So now that we got the accessibility setting, oh, this is where difficulty is. Because I'll tell you, there were parts in the like first stage of this game that were like seemingly too easy. I mean, I'm not complaining. So now here's the caveat. I got a 180 hertz monitor, but and it doesn't let me do 120. So unless I set the monitor itself to 120, which I, you know, maybe I should do. It's like I feel like I need to run it at 120 to see the full effect of my monitor at 120 hertz. It's like I tear my hair out trying to decide between 180 and 120 hertz, you know, because I mean, now the GPU's got to handle 180. So here's what we're going to do. I don't want to do this, but we're going to exit the game and we're going to set my monitor to 120, even though it pains me to do that. See, what I usually do is I'll keep everything set. I'll keep it all set to 180, and then when I play a game, I'll tell the game to go and run at like 120, so like a frame limiter. And I do that because I don't know of any platform where I could properly upload 120 hertz video. And then we can also do what is it, gaming OSD, which is really just MSI's monitor config utility. It's basically like the same menu but with more options that you would get if you were pressing the button on your monitor. So we got like, I don't know what HDCR is. I don't know if that's the same as HDR. I believe this is motion persistence response to something. And so what's interesting is when you put this part on, the screen gets dim. And then, okay, the contrast setting works. That's something. But let me just double check here. So MSI 29 MPRT. What does MPRT do? Well, it makes your screen dimmer. But I think it has to do that. I think that's like a necessity for this to, you know, like, because it's like, it's basically like, it's got to get the LED flicker to a certain threshold. Motion picture response time is, what is the point of Reddit pages where they highlight the text when you click on it like this? All right. Is a technology to reduce motion blur. This reduces the time of a frame showing on the monitor. That's why the screen gets dimmer, therefore reducing ghosting, blurring, and yada yada yada. So in other words, this would be a great setting to have if I had no sunlight outside, or if I lowered the brightness, or if I put some curtains or shades up. But I'm fine with it right now. I'm going to leave it on this setting because I'm already getting accustomed to it. And this guy says no, it's not a technology. It's actually gray to gray, blah, 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 pixel transition time. MPRT is not a technology that has to do with reduction of blur. It's simply in reference to motion blur. Oh, that doesn't. Okay. Persistence is essentially the sample hold time at 60 hertz is 16 milliseconds. Sadly, MSI is confusing customers by calling flicker backlight, aka black frame insertion, as MPRT, which is gonna confuse the hell out of people. I'm already confused. But he's right. I think the guy's right. He or she, I guess. For the OP, MPRT on an MSI monitor when enabled is essentially the flicker of the backlight, which is kind of what I gathered when the screen got dimmer. And it does make things look smoother. So bottom line is it helps. Adaptive sync only allows frames, blah, 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 for your Xbox. Wait. Only syncs the frames. Okay, for the Xbox. So between this, okay, whatever. Let's not get into the weeds here. Let's just get the game going. So we got that enabled. Basically, I want to know, like, best settings for MSI 29 high response refresh, right? Refresh rate, I guess we call it, or high frame rate. Like, I want to get, like, all of the best frame rate settings. So, I mean, not the best, but I just want whatever settings will give me this stuff. So there's a 2-minute video here. I think we'll give it a quick look. Okay. This is a low quality video. I think I already did this part. So, I mean, I did it in a different menu, but let's go and get right into the game. So we got this set up. Don't click this button here. It's a button that says it goes to 200 hertz and then it just changes it to 180. We could tell the computer that we're playing a racing game, but I think that just turns off the MPRT mode. It just makes the screen bright again. So we're going to go back to user customization settings, and while that's happening, my screen turns black. And we can always go back into that settings menu later to reassert the settings we want. So let's get right to it. So we're going to open up Forza 5 Horizon. And then, you know, I was going to do a Star Wars game stream. But, you know, I didn't really want to play Star Wars on N64 right now. I actually wanted to play snowboarding on N64. And then I was like, well, that's kind of like, you know, not Star Wars at all. You know, instead I'm just going to play this because I've had it for a while. And I played it the other night. And I want to kind of share the gameplay. I did record the gameplay the other night, but I didn't even notice it wasn't in ultra wide. So we're going to put it in ultra wide mode. And so what I'm going to record on my bottom screen is actually going to be... Okay, so let's see if it's recording. I can't tell if I'm recording right now because my DPI scaling is way off. I'm going to fix my DPI scaling real quick, even though it's probably the last thing you want to do when you're loading a game. But to do that, we're going to open up the this thingy here. Okay, see. Because every time I move a window between monitor 1 and monitor 4, it resizes it. And it's probably a good thing to have the DPI scaling at something above 100%, but I can't have that right now because it just confuses me at times. So here we go. Now I can read everything in my OBS window, and it's giving me accurate statistical data. So now we're going to go and proceed. We're going to proceed to play the video game. I thought I hallucinated that Star Wars stream. No, you didn't, David. Yeah, I rescheduled it tomorrow. I might play it tonight. I mean, you know, maybe if there's a clamor for Star Wars games, I will. But nah, jokes aside, I just, like I said, I wanted to give this a chance. I might even do the Star Wars right after this. Wait, what the heck is this? Oh, yeah, sure. Link the accounts, why don't you? I don't know. I'm confused now. Okay, I know what's going on here. Yeah, follow all my... I don't know. Do I want to follow my friends? I don't know. That's absolutely confusing. Sure, why not? It's not absolutely confusing. It's just, you know, all these gaming accounts, like, you know, I bought the game. I didn't buy the membership. I mean, maybe I did. Okay, so we're going to do this now. Got 20. So right now it looks like we already have ultra wide enabled, but it doesn't actually do ultra wide here. Show FPS. Let's turn that on only because I am interested in making sure that I'm getting the settings that I would expect to get. And then we're going to go down to settings for graphics. And we're going to leave these all alone because I believe it already benchmarked me when I set up the game. Although, maybe we should run benchmark mode again. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm sure you guys just want to see the action, right? Okay, benchmark mode will load an automated race profile for 2 to 3 minutes. All right, we're going to have to do this because I want optimal performance, guys. And since I just expanded my screen resolution horizontally, we know it's going to get like a little, you know, going to get a little interesting here. So, basically, I can zoom in on it, but I'm giving you guys the whole screen in case, you know, it becomes relevant. And I'm hearing crap. My OBS is being a bitch again. NVIDIA encoder X264 is taking too long to encode. Okay, why is it taking too long to encode? Take less time to encode. Is it because I'm outsourcing the video encoding to my secondary GPU? Does my secondary GPU not like doing that type of work? Because I really don't want my main GPU doing that kind of work. I want the game to, like, you know... Well, maybe that's what's happening. I bet you that is what's happening. So you know what? We're going to do this ass backwards. So we're going to tell my main GPU to handle video encoding for OBS that's running on my secondary screen and see if that works. So apparently this benchmark is just... Oh, bummer. I hope this isn't one of those games that... I hope this isn't one of those games where the graphics get crappier when you click on another app. And let me know if the audio is too loud. I'll drop it as needed. And thank you, PJ, for you know, rendering you know, troubleshooting assistance earlier. So it's skipping on my right screen, which it's supposed to because that's how this works. OBS will, give you a preview, a lower, frame rate preview, basically. It's in my bottom screen. You can see down here. That's where I keep my other OBS instance. I would point the camera down more, but then you'd see if I had, like random papers laying around. But no, also because I have it lined up perfectly for N64. So when I play N64, you get like this. Wow. You get this, and then there's supposed to be a camera right here, but I guess I gotta redo that because I changed it a lot. But it's like a little oval that shows my gamepad, and I think we are gonna do some N64 after this because this is a testing stream. This is like it's pretty much all of the settings are basically just about all there. Except the setting on that last screen. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, see what's missing and then, tweak it. But I did a test offline. I was pretty happy with it. I also discovered Video Ninja today. I mean, I know about it. I learned about it weeks ago while watching another stream. But, like, I didn't know Video Ninja was the answer to my question. So, a while back... 47 FPS. We need to get that up. Like... I mean, we don't need to get that up, but, like, I'd like to get that higher. I mean, I'm trying to do this crazy experiment where I record 120 FPS. And maybe, like, I'm asking for a lot. Maybe, like, the game doesn't appreciate that. We're cranking down all of the settings. So really, ray tracing, I'm not an expert, but from what I understand, it's not really being implemented in its true form, in the truest definition. Like we just aren't there yet, So it's nice to have a RTX card. It's nice that they say it's got ray tracing, but it doesn't actually, really. It's not like, you just end up taxing the GPU. It's still using some conventional methods of doing it. I mean, there's some, some games really do it better. I mean, I think it's cosmetic. I don't think it's actually, I don't know. Actually, we should read about that one of these days. One of these days, we'll do a stream where we read about ray tracing. So the game says it's restarting. So I'm waiting for the game to restart. Now, maybe I should Google this. Maybe it's not realistic for me to even expect 120 frames a second on this game. Although, I gotta say, the game isn't even closing or opening right now, so I'm gonna have to kill it. Yes, force exit the game because I'm not waiting for it to, like, crash my computer. Well, it's not really crashing it, but you know what I mean. Now, this game, like, checks off all the checkboxes. I mean, they got the accessibility menu. You got, like, the game giving you a screen reader in the main menu before you open the menu, I guess. At the splash screen or, the initial welcome screen. And because it's an international game, or you got, like, international activities going on, it makes sense you're going to have, a multicultural cast. So, no real issue there, like, some people got upset about the whole gender thing, but, look, it's an option, right? As long as, like, honestly, like, I kind of like that they only have 3 options as opposed to, like, like an other box. Like, if that makes some people happy, okay, cool, Oh, I forgot to plug my gamepad in. Ah, bummer. Yo, if I have to open this again, it'll be my bad. Let's see if the gamepad magically works when we open it. In fact, I gotta open the gamepad and crud. I gotta open up 3 things. I gotta open up 2 things, not 3 things, but we gotta open up DSX. I gotta open up this app, which says it's already opened, but I know when you open up this application here, which is on my top monitor, we're gonna find out that it's not actually open. It's gonna be in, like, oh, that's interesting. I've never had that happen to this app before. Maybe I just gotta be patient. See, they're shoving the update up my And I'm like, no, I want to use 2.0 because that worked, and I'm happy with it. And I'm really not, like, you know, when they came out with the 3 point whatever update, they said, oh, you know, it's an option. Do you want to, you know, choose whenever it loads up, one or the other? So after like the 20th time, I was like, just open up 2.0 by default. And it did it for like a week. And then a week later, it goes and it loads 3.0 anyway. It's like, okay, well, okay, I get it. Why didn't they just force the update on me? If they really want me to use it, just force it on me, you know? I mean, I'd be a little annoyed, but I don't like this, you know, where they give you a choice and then the choice is like, kind of like retracted. It's like, why did you even ask? You know? I mean, it's a minor quip. It's not really like, you know, it's not like a deal breaker. You know, I'm not going to be like, I'm not using this app anymore, but this app is cool. Like, you plug the gamepad in, you can set your trigger sensitivities. So when I'm using Space Engine, I use slightly different settings than what I would use here. And you can see that right now it's at resistance at 50%. So maybe I'll lower it a bit so that I can, you know, be a little bit more soft on the brakes when I'm driving a race car. And then we might crank it down here so that the idea is that there's a resistance point in the middle of the travel here. So as I'm pulling this trigger, it's like I have to, you know, pull it harder if I want it to go any further than a 4 or, you know, whatever that halfway down. So anyway, we got that. So let's give this another shot. So we're loading the game. Start the video recording. I think what we're going to do is we're not going to do a benchmark. I'm just going to keep the lower settings and we're gonna just have to, we turned on the S counter, or at least I think I did. We're gonna double check that. And so instead of benchmark, you know, running the automatic benchmark, which I believe helps to automatically adjust the settings, or at least tells us, you know, what the frame rate is under various conditions. We're just gonna go and do, you know, just eyeball it, right? You know, I mean, it's gonna tell us the frame rate. It's not really eyeballing. Okay, and like, don't even ask me about my Xbox game name. I made that years ago, and I don't know. Just like I literally like was sitting in a room and I looked around and said, "What does this room remind me of?" And I was like, "Okay, we're gonna call it that." Okay, good. We got the 120, or at least that's what it's set to do. We got the graphic settings I put in earlier, and I just want to make sure that we got the right resolution. So there we are. And it says no HDR display. You know, it's funny. I thought my monitor was fake HDR at least. I don't know. Okay. And oh, good. We got a frame rate counter on the top right corner. 27, 20, 14, 30, 40. So had I kept the task manager open and I was using my other, in fact, I should open a task manager, so I can monitor the, you know, the stream. So I was watching some like YouTuber who had like 1 million subs, and you know, his chat overlay, it wasn't like that complicated, but I was trying to figure out, did this guy download a, you know, a plugin pack or overlay pack, or did he like, you know, just copy, do his own Photoshop in order to add a backdrop to the you know, to the chat. And like when you watch Chaos, who, you know, right here, right, you know, I just saw your name, so I'm reminded of you. Chaos reminded me of, oh crap, I just remembered something. Shit. Fuck. Motherfucker. Okay, well, it's okay. We're recording this anyway. So we are definitely jumping to N64 after a couple minutes of this game, because I just remembered when I saw the keywords that Chaos said. I'm doing this out of Restream Studio. I did it in case people wanted to hop on, which, you know, and like, and that's how I discovered Video Ninja today while researching. I said, what's the other way? Like, how can I stream out of OBS? Because right now, I'm doing it through the virtual camera, but you know, I mean, to get 1080p at 60 proper, you got to do it out of OBS. At least that's what works for me. So anyway, let's get right into this. Sure, let's just select, enter, select, whatever. I mean, I just want to drive. I don't care. Where's the race? Where do you go? How do I go to where I gotta go? I want to go to the place where I get to go. Is this it? Is this it? Is this where I go? Now, I was gonna like, like make a rant about the prosthetics, but it turns out people with prosthetics can play video games. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, this is it. All right. So where's the FPS? We're getting 48 FPS. So can we do better? If I lower this, I gotta say it looked beautiful at like 30 to 60. Or yesterday, it looked beautiful at the frame rate I was getting without using ultra wide. But like I say, I want to get aggressive here. I want all of my frame rate. In fact, we're gonna like, I'll make the settings defaults later when I'm done. Ravaging the settings. But I do want to get to what Chaos said because it sounded relevant to my needs. That's what she said. It's relevant to my needs. Okay, I'm sorry. It's terrible. Crap, I gotta restart the game. Okay, last time I'm restarting the bloody game. And then we're playing N64 no matter what. And then I'll play with this on my own time. Okay, so regular vision, 720p, 30 FPS. With glasses, 1080p, 60 on high definition, 4K. God. What have you caused? But yeah, so Video Ninja is the answer to how I can stream from my bicycle. Because a while back, I did something like, I literally followed some instructions from some video professional guy. And it was basically like, install a Nginx web server on a Windows box like this one. And then set up Restream to send the video stream to the, that IP address or that port number on your network. So essentially, you're going from your phone to Restream to Nginx on my server. Why does it... I swear to God, I better not read the menu this whole time. Okay, we already did this part, so we're going to go into the game like I promised. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so it was complicated because what would happen is the Nginx web server would like hang, and then you couldn't start a new video stream unless you closed the old instance of the web server app. So you'd have to like kill it in Task Manager, and for some reason it was super stubborn, and it was one of those processes that wouldn't close on the first 3 tries. And it was just painful. Then it also had this massive delay, but it was cool because it worked. Like when it worked, it was working. The other issue was I had to like log into my computer remotely to get control over OBS. So I'd have to run OBS here, run the stream from here, and then I'd ride my bike and I'd forward the stream that way. But it was just needlessly complex, and I decided against it. So when I had a Steam Deck, I said, hey, you know what? I mean, I still have a Steam Deck, but when I got my Steam Deck, I was like, what if I simply used that as my streaming apparatus? Okay, now we're getting like 52. So you know what? I'm going to have to calibrate my expectations. I'm not going to get 120 frames a second out of this game. And it looked way better when I cranked up the settings yesterday. So you know what? Yeah, we're going to settle for 60 FPS with the settings on high. And, that's basically how we're going to have to do it. I hope you guys can hear me. If I'm too loud, if game audio is too loud, let me know. But right now, we're just going to give it a test drive. And, oh, hey, get the fuck out of my way. See, that's what I mean. This game is too easy. You could crash into things and not take, like, catastrophic damage. And Dirt Rally, you know what? Dirt Rally, that might be a game we might touch. So, I want to vote in the chat right now. Do you guys want to see Dirt Rally or some N64 action? I got a couple of N64 games that I think you guys are going to find interesting. But let me know right after this. What do you want? N64 or Dirt Rally 2.0, which is a rally car game? I'd assume you stream directly to Steam and only stream with a Steam Deck. Yeah, so like if I did it, I would have to stream a Steam Deck on my bike and in my bike saddlebag. And I would have a webcam. So here's the thing. I would have a webcam, 2 webcams hooked up to the things. Because I want a webcam pointing at me. And I got pretty far. Like, so that's why I was doing this whole complex thing. I had it so that I would have the front-facing camera on my phone facing my head. Then I would have an external camera or like a externally hooked up camera. Now, they don't really make webcams for smartphones like that. I mean, you could hook a webcam up to a smartphone and open it through various apps. You can, whoa. See, you can drive right through things. Yesterday, I was chasing a Mexican sandstorm. That was kind of cool. Controls are pretty good. I might lower the trigger sensitivities a bit, you know, or the trigger feedbacks a bit. Okay, good. I found the brakes. So, yeah, I definitely want to play around with this and benchmark it a bit more. I mean, it is pretty good on the ultra wide. I think maybe not doing ultra wide will give me a better frame rate. So I can maybe choose between like having a high frame rate at regular, you know, 16:9 or a high frame, I mean, at 20, or I don't know. I got options. It's basically compromises. You either get the high frame rate or the ultra wide. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Chaos. And that's why I stopped doing it. Now, the Steam Deck would be a good option because, like, that would be simple because then you have, because with the Steam Deck, you can run OBS, turtle shell pegging. Let's go. All right, let's get the N64 fired up. So I already have my Nintendo 64 here. Let me just get the thing on my main screen. Wait, I don't want you guys to see the hidden menu on my N64. It's a special menu. It's an elite menu. So, this one might be a real doozy. We might not get audio here, so you're going to have to let me know. We're going to stop the recording on the bottom screen since that's just going to waste space. Space, the final frontier. Dun, da, 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 da. So, first game I want to get into is a real classic. And, wait, let me just hit some buttons here. Let me move my piss-colored drink. Look at that. Now the NVIDIA encoder is being a pain in the ass here, too. It's like, oh, hey, buddy. Now, speaking of making things complex, maybe that's on me for putting a second GPU in my computer, but it helps when it works, but sometimes I have to go in here and basically, like, I gotta, like, tell it, yo, what's good? You know, like, I gotta be like, what's good, computer? So, over here, it's using GPU 1 when it should use GPU 0. You know, it just does whatever it's want. Oh, I know. Actually, it's supposed to use, okay. Sorry, I don't mean to be thinking out loud like that, but I see what's going on here. So, the stream encoder runs on GPU 1. I generally want my second GPU, or, you know, that's GPU 1 is my second GPU, to be the 1. I want to try something real quick, guys. I'm not going to be gone for long. One. Okay, I should be back, right? So now, yeah, that's exactly why I switched off my camera. I wanted to load that nude of Peach. It gives me motivation. Thank you, Orville Nation. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let's try this again. First, let's check the settings because I ain't taking lip from this software. So it is using my secondary GPU. That's how it's supposed to work. So I think what happens is it just gets confused sometimes when I have two instances of OBS. And I think what's happening is when you're changing settings in either OBS instance, you basically are better off restarting both of them. Honestly, it hasn't been a big problem, so I'm kind of okay with this. Overall, like, that's why I got this out. Like, what Chaos chose to go to a dual PC route, which is a pretty smart route to go, especially if you have the option to go that route. I mean, at that point, it's like analogous to, you know, streaming from a video game console, right? So, anyway, this part, we might have to make some adjustments here so you guys get sound. Let me know if you get double audio. That's going to be really important if you're getting double audio, guys. All right? So just let me know. This is Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Japanese anime. The hit Japanese anime. And, you know what we got to fix? Ooh, excuse the mess there. That's a completely wide shot right there, huh? Right, why did this misbehave on me? Oh, I know why. That's what I was trying to do. So we have this mask and we need to resize it. So we're gonna shrink it like this, see, like this, so that now when I'm holding the gamepad, you guys can see the gamepad. And this is great. This plugin is great because you don't have to like do all that crap you would normally have to do. So a lot of times you would have to like go into Photoshop and make a mask. And it's like, okay, that's not impossible. It's just like, if I don't have to do that, I'd much prefer not to do that, right? And you can see we can rotate it like this a little bit if we want to make it look like that, or cover up the fact that I have a nub on my hand, or that I don't have a nub. So we're gonna do that so that you guys can see the gamepad, and you know, I can tweak it a little bit more later on, but like I probably want that circle to be a little smaller, but we'll leave it alone. So that's interesting. So I was hoping I could rely on HDMI, but it dulls the sound of PlayStation game sounds and party chat. Huh. Yeah, I'm not terribly familiar with that, but I'm thinking that's like the one where you use the built-in hardware on the PlayStation or built-in software. I know a friend, he streams straight from a PS4. I noticed that the PS5 controller has a microphone on it. I did some audio tests on it. So you guys got the music? Let me know if you got the music for the anime and if you want it louder or lower. I think it's just right. But yeah, I mean, like, look, I mean, because especially when using a CPU encoder, Chaos, it makes sense. But I gotta say, so last week I commented on your stream, and I wasn't really trying to critique it so much as give, you know, like, mostly compliments. And I think the only issue I noticed was that when there was a lot of action, you get more compression artifacts, and that's pretty normal. Like, that's not, you're not out of, that's not, you know, you're not an exception on that. Like, yours about as good as it gets for the most part, you know, as far as people's streaming goes. And you know what? I might have to crank up the brightness of my monitor now, because this looks a little dull on my, you know, now that I put the MPRT setting on, you know. So this is the practice round, and it's actually really hard. I mean, it looks easy now because I'm so good at it, but you'll see when we get to the end of this 30-second countdown what I mean. So basically, you want to get your ammo. You don't want to waste ammo. So you try to do one burst, and then you don't want to overdo it. You know, you don't want to like you know, run out of ammo, or you know, unload more than one. See, like right there, like I got one, you know, burst, and then I stopped. And generally, I think you're more successful if you... Oh, come on! See, I wasted a shit ton of ammo. I should have just given up right there. Okay, sounded good. Yeah, so interestingly, I discovered something. So I installed a mod on my N64 called Ultra HDMI, and it's basically, you tap the RGB video signals from the RCP chip, which is basically the video chip in the Nintendo 64. And that part is very similar. That's an improvement on yesterday, actually. That's better than yesterday. Yeah, actually, I shot less ammo. So basically, I had to use a USB dongle because the Elgato isn't compatible with the Ultra HDMI. But something changed. I don't know if it was an update. My guess is it's the way I hooked it up. I think maybe I'm using the pass-through connection. It's going to my HDMI splitter, or it's going into my TV. And maybe what's happening is the Elgato is adopting the display mode for the other device, because the problem was... No, the Elgato would get a video signal that it didn't really like from the, you know, Ultra HDMI output on the N64, and it would just refuse to display anything. It's sort of like you give it an oddball resolution, an oddball response time, or just whatever it is. Like, it'd be like 580p. It'd be like, the Nintendo would be like, I don't know what to do with this resolution. This is weird. Not the Nintendo, Elgato would be saying, I don't know what to do with this resolution. So something changed or I did something that inadvertently made it work. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because now the audio is amazing. Like right now, if I was recording this, and I am recording this, did I get that bad guy? I didn't even see it. And like the audio is really good, like GoldenEye, all of that. Like the sound is just that good. Like you almost get that. Oh. Gosh, Dippy, fuck, shit. So you gotta get a good ratio between shots fired and, you know, how many angels taken down. So there's that. There's also a combat scene in the first level of story mode, and that combat scene is just, it's weird. It's kind of sluggish. You know, the controls are a little bit janky, you know, so that's also an issue, you know. So but yeah, so bottom line, Chaos, yeah, so you do get a good clean 60 FPS. And WoW, when you have a lot of people congregating in the same place, you know, and a lot of motion, that's gonna, you know, cause compression artifacts. Now, I use the NVIDIA encoder in OBS. I sent you a screenshot. I think you saw the screenshot I sent you. I forgot what did I send you a screenshot? I think I sent you audio filters. That's what I sent you, right? So I sent you an example of my audio filters and how I use them. So my audio filters do two things, Chaos. And it's a little bit off topic here, but they do two things. They suppress low sounds. So the fans from my computer, my air conditioner, it tries to suppress those sounds. At the same time, it increases the volume of me speaking. If I speak above a certain level, or if the volume is above a certain level to dBs, it'll automatically amplify it a little bit. And if the sound gets above a certain level and too loud, it'll suppress it. So essentially it prevents me from getting too loud. It suppresses background noise, and it sort of normalizes my audio level in general. He's not gonna go down. Oh, he went down. I'm pretty sure, like, you need more ammo when you don't hit the heart, the S2 engine, the core. So a way to get your ammo down is to, like, hit the core on the money and, you know, just keep your bursts reasonable. Alright, we got 8. Let's see how we did on ammo. Yeah, so N64 wasn't built for HDMI. That's why I bought the extra HDMI board for it. Some people use a device called RetroTink. Now here's the caveat. RetroTink works much like the device I have. I have a device here that, I don't know if I have the device here, but I have a device that does go from the N64 to HDMI, and it does a really good job, and it doesn't mess up the image. It doesn't try to upscale it in ways. Wait, did anybody want to see what grade I got? I missed that screen. Did I get a D or E? You know, I mean, I can rewind the tape, I guess, but you know, I guess I could rewind the tape. Oh, I can see it. Okay, I got it. I got the numbers on my top screen. Okay, 8. I got 200 and something. 272, I think. Grade C, I went up. Okay, and I'm gonna go down because I wasted time looking at my top screen. All right. Yeah, so anyway, the thing is that N64, two things. So Super Nintendo and a lot of other consoles that are older, they'll have RGB options. So you can literally get an RGB cable or an adapter for a SCART cable. And, you know, you'll get something comparable to, what do you call it? To component, basically, or VGA. And the N64, because they knew that nobody used the RGB cables on SNES, or not many people bought RGB cables for SNES, Nintendo decided to cheap out on the N64 and not, you know, set it up for RGB. So the video chip has RGB outputs on it. They're just not wired to the back. So it's basically a matter of like attaching like a couple of wires or 3 wires to those lines and running it to the back output port. And then you magically have an RGB, you know, RGB output on an N64. Now, once you have an RGB output, it's going to play nice with HDMI, you know, it's going to play nice with all the modern stuff. So while some people use Scotch cables and all that weird stuff, I'm not trying to buy a freaking, you know, Sony Finitron professional CRT. And so that's why I you know, I'm glad to HDMI. But now here's the thing: some people buy adapters. So I have an adapter that works off the composite video signal. It works great. It doesn't do any extra upscaling. I'm happy with that. It has a switch between widescreen and non-widescreen. I like that because there are like 3 or 5 N64 games that literally support widescreen. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I think GoldenEye is one of them. Perfect Dark, Banjo-Tooie. They have like legitimate widescreen or quasi widescreen support. So like, you know, when TVs have that option to stretch the image, that's why. But with my HDMI adapter, the one that's not fancy, it lets me just physically move a switch to widescreen mode. And even though it's technically stretching the image, the games that have widescreen support, essentially what they do is they give you a squashed up image. And so essentially you're taking a squishy image that's been squeezed and you're unsqueezing it. So it's a little bit weird how it works, right? It's a little janky, but it works. You do get widescreen out of an N64, and even though it's like not necessarily like, you know, something they officially hailed, like it's not like they said like when you bought your N64, this is a thing it'll do. But yeah, some games do it. So getting to the HDMI, yeah, N64 is not made for HDMI, but when you get the RGB signals connected, you do, you know, get the best possible. You're gonna get better HDMI than you're gonna get out of an upscaler. You know, like, I mean, you could add an upscaler to it. So now, last point, the RetroTink is a very popular upscaler. And one of the cool things about RetroTink is that it'll work on an unmodded N64. So it'll take the composite AV signal, it'll do some upscaling to it, and it's one of the better upscalers. Like, it's actually made for gaming, so it's gonna serve correctly. If you do the RGB mod on the N64, then it is designed to pick up that RGB signal, and it's going to go a lot further. It's going to do a lot better. In fact, I don't think I showed you this. So this is the menu for the Ultra HDMI. So when I installed the HDMI board, I had to run some extra wires in order to basically make it so that when I press the key combo on the controller, I literally get this. And I've made the settings as optimal as I can get. So right here, we go to picture HDMI. See, I got it set to 720. I didn't know I had it set on 720p. I thought I had it on 1080p. Oh well, we'll leave it at 720p. But it doesn't really matter. There's really no extra resolution for it to take. So you can't just magically crank it up to like, you can't just magically get 1080p out of 720p out of 480i, but with the RGB signals, we can pull a progressive scan signal out of this, and we are. Hey, what's up, Silicon Dave? Good to see you, Silicon Dave. I hope you're having a wonderful week or weekend. Uh-oh. Oh, come on! Maybe we'll go and do the first level of combat. Alright, that's a waste of ammo. I'll show you how bad the combat in this game seems to be, or how difficult it is. I should probably put the new tire on my bike before I go out tonight. If I go out tonight. Maybe I'll take a leisurely bike ride at the bare minimum, but I'm trying to see what's going on. I see that. I just brought up my ammo count. But we got a D, so I went up and scored today. So I'll take the D. I won't take the D. I will not take the D. But I will accept the score. The rank. I'll accept rank D. I will not accept the D. Alright, I want to be clear about this. Okay. So as you can see, you got the Magi supercomputer from the TV show. Oh, and there's actually a menu option that lets you erase your game save data, and it's crazy. It gives you like, it says third impact, and it gives you the alarm. It's like very, you know, much like the show. Let me see if I can adjust my oval while this is loading here. You'll take the D, all of it. Yikes. Now the audio here is a little low quality, but I think it's because they're using like, you know, actual PCM, or they may be using a different audio codec, but essentially they definitely lowered the bit rate or the kilohertz in order to fit more. You know, synthesized music, you can fit like unlimited music on a cartridge, basically, for all intents and purposes. But you're not gonna, okay, so there's a combo move here when you press A and B. I think that activates the AT field, or it might be the R button that does it. So we got R, oh, here we are. So down C activates the AT field, that's like a force field. A plus down, I don't know what any of this shit means, should I translate it? And you better go senpai or else, oh my god. Well, you know, that is my most largest, you know, viewed video is the senpai clip. There's literally, like, if you literally look up End of Ava senpai, you're gonna see a video that's got like 100,000 views on it, and it's all of 7 seconds. All of 7 seconds, like, it's madness, like, and it just racks up views and likes. Okay, here we are. So, translating Japanese on the left. Forward, backward, attack, defense, grabbing technique. So we can use the R button to grab the enemy, I guess. Wait, no, crap. I was in the middle of reading it, I switched to apps by accident. Okay. So during deployment, an angel approaches you and it neutralizes it. Okay. So we're gonna try, I don't know, I'm not gonna remember any of these buttons, but we're gonna try A and down C. We'll try it all. We'll try it all. That's why I use, like the other day, I follow someone on YouTube, they play anime covers on oboe, but they only speak Japanese in their work, but luckily she does subtitles in Japanese, so I can put my camera up to the screen or take a screenshot. So it just feels janky, you can see like rough. Like, the game is cool, but definitely there's these areas where it's like, it's kind of impossible or difficult. My only hope is that this battle ends like the first episode of the cartoon, in which case there is hope. Basically, that machine has a soul in it, and that soul might be waking up. Either that or my character's game over. Oh, the rumble pack just worked. Oh, this might be good. Did it just force me to take a knee and blast it with a punishable laser? No, I don't think it did. I don't even know if the Z button does anything. Okay, this is going pretty decently now. Right. It's gonna be rough. It's cutting it close here. Oh boy, I wasted a lot of time on that part. Can we make it? Can we make it? It's looking bad. We gotta make the run. Then we gotta make contact. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, come on! That is absolute madness. This is... Come on, like, it doesn't need battery power to go berserker mode, does it? I guess it does, I don't know. There was that one episode when he didn't need battery power. I think we can do it next time. I think I got this, because I didn't get this far last time I played, so I'll give it a chance. Oh, Shinji-kun! Also, you can see the sync ratio is at 36% at the bottom, and that's basically, you know, why the character is so slow. Hey, what's up, Lady Mist? That's why he can barely walk. But yeah, the sound is good, proper stereo sound. Also, the other day, I realized something about the rumble pack. I used to remember I had a rumble pack back in the day, and I used to hate using it because whenever I played Star Fox, I found that it was always a hindrance. So then I figured out something. The rumble pack I had was not an official one. It was not this one here. It was like one of the knockoff brands. And the thing is, the knockoff rumble pack, it literally like had a massager inside. It was like you just it wouldn't really give you realistic feedback. Like it wasn't that like this here giving me like some realistic feedback. So basically, that's why I didn't like the rumble pack. It's not because the real one's good. The fake ones apparently suck. Oh shit! I wasted precious time. I forgot I'm supposed to run. So they mix these cinematic cutscenes with the gameplay. So sometimes you don't realize that you're supposed to be doing stuff. So we're gonna get this guy in the ropes. Now that black border, I thought it was something I needed to crop, but I think the way the game was made, you know, for Japan, this is a Japanese game, obviously, and they can change the color of the background, so it's not like, you know, it's not really a unmovable border. Okay, that's annoying. Can we do it? Yeah, right? Just like, yes, it sounds like one of those. And so, like, you play Star Fox and you just hear, like, buzz, and keep buzzing whenever you got shot, and it was just super distracting. It made more noise. It made it just about as much noise as it made feedback. And this rumble pack is a lot more like experiencing a PlayStation 2 controller. You know, it's a lot more like a DS2 or whatever they called it. If we don't get it this time, we'll get it on the third try. Analog stick is pretty good on here. It could be better, but yeah, I hope I get it this time. But if I don't, I'll get it on the next one because I know what I missed last time. This time. So the sluggish controls are actually part of the experience originally. That's how they simulate Shinji's novice ability or lack of ability as a new pilot. So the thing was the Mad Cats or whatever it was, I don't remember what it was, Action Replay or whatever, but one of these knockoff brands, it had like a memory card slot and a rumble pack in one, so you could basically like alternate between the two. Okay, we might have this. We might have this. I think we have it. Wow. You know, my little oval is a little bit off alignment there. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Oh boy. Okay, let's not mess with these settings right now. So how did I do? Save data? Yes, save data. I busted my ass to get there. Okay, now I just messed up the oval thing. So that's one thing I hate about using that part of OBS is it's very easy to mess up. So like, it's toast now. I'll fix it later. I was hoping this would look nice, but whatever. Oh, that's nice. That's got like a nice smooth 60 frames a second, or maybe it's only 30, but it looks like 60. Mad Cats, I believe, is how they actually spelled it. Yes, yeah, a lot of this stuff was kind of shitty. I want to say I used 1 or 2 Mad Cats accessories on Xbox that were good, but they clearly didn't last the test of time. Yeah, so it's an interesting thing about OBS. If you put cameras inside of groups, you get very weird. You get very weird behaviors out of it. Okay, I feel the rumble pack. Hey, am I in control here? But I don't feel like I'm in control. I don't know if that was... Okay, so once again, you know when the cinematic cutscenes get blended with the gameplay? That had me a little confused there. Wait, am I supposed to be doing something here? I think I'm supposed to be tapping the letter A. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Okay, that's the frog knife. Or the sonic knife. I'll cut you up! Oh, come on. Oh boy. Right, wish I activated my force field for that one. Brought a knife to a tentacle fight? Yeah, I brought a knife to a tentacle fight. Ah! I have no idea how often I can use my AT field. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm dead anyway. We're gonna hit the undo button in OBS, it might crash. I just want you all to know, if OBS crashes on me, I appreciate your viewership. Okay, I think it worked. The oval's still a little bit off alignment, but I can fix that later. I just got it. Damn it, autofill. Borderline hentai here with the tentacle generation. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what you meant to say. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not autofill. It's okay, man. You can be raunchy. I won't get mad at you. Alright, at least I got a few licks in. I love how they say English words alongside Japanese. Umbilical cable. Yo, we're gonna get a lot of gameplay footage in my opening, huh? Oh, is this the part where I'm supposed to pretend to grab it? I honestly don't know. I prefer not to put more wear and tear on my analog stick than excuse me, I need to. Oh boy. Shinji is, oh, come on. Is that fair? Oh boy. Just get me in the ankles, why don't you? Oh, you know what? Maybe I should start using those combos that I saw in the pause menu before, huh? Oh, come on! Just dragging my name through the mud here. Yeah, it's just like the West Side Story. Get that switchblade. This just looks wrong. I know what you're saying, Chaos. I am, well, I'm pretty aware of that. But I gotta say, I am very pleased with the, I gotta say, like, even when I'm playing N64 at my desk, I open up OBS just so I can, like, ow. Because the background is nice here. Like, I give myself props on this here. I mean, just the background alone, forget about the shit over here. Like, without me and the gamepad on the side, I don't know what this is. What is this? What is this little thing sticking out over here? Like, is it my phone? Oh, it's my phone. That's literally my phone. Okay, let's try this again. Gotta head to the store. See you all soon. See you later, David. Have a fun trip at the store. I hope you see something cool there. At some point, I gotta take apart this volume pack. There's some loose pieces in there. It doesn't seem to hinder the functionality, but... Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I don't know how to... I don't mind being knocked like that, because at least I didn't get grabbed. Are you using green screen? I've wanted to try the whole floating body thing in my streams. What was your question, Chaos? Now, bear in mind that lighting is really important with green screen, Chaos. So right now, I got most of my lights, half my lights are on and half are off. But usually, like at night, when there's no light from outside, I'll crank up the brightness on this lamp, and then I'll turn on my other lamp over here. And then I have two chrome domes, one pointing at the ceiling, one pointing at the wall. And I have a third chrome dome inside of a cardboard box lined in aluminum foil with parchment paper, basically wax paper, diffusing the light. But for now, we're not going to crank up the brightness aggressively because, you know... And also, that's another thing, if you ever want, you know, send you a screenshot of my chroma key settings so you can see, like, it's a little complicated. It's not terribly complicated, but the way that I set up the chroma key the first time I did it versus the way it's set up now, it's evolved, you know? And in particular, you'll notice that when I put my hand up over here, you have these squares, and you might wonder why I blocked this area off. What is the way I keep my playboys? So I don't want you to see my Playboys up here. So, you know, that's why. But no, jokes aside, the reason is there's a window right here. And if the sunlight is coming in, like, especially in the summer, you get like a bright spot right here. And so it messes with the chroma key. So my options are to either block out the sunlight, which I don't want to do. I like getting sunlight. I mean, I barely go out enough as it is, you know, so I need the sunlight. And the other thing is, you know, so basically this blocks out the bright spot from the sunlight and it hides my window. My window would be like literally right above this line here. So, and I also have some empty beverage cans here. So see, like, if I, you know, I could just leave the empty beverage cans up here until I'm ready to throw them out. So it's very convenient, and then people don't know I'm a slob unless I accidentally show that angle. And you know, you could improvise with the lighting. That's what I did until I bought so up until the two new lights I bought, the first three chrome domes were just 60-watt light bulbs, basically. They're not 60-watt, like, you know, 10-watt light bulbs, but 60-watt equivalent. And I bought them because they had a warm color temperature. They were like 2700K, which is a very warm color temperature. But I find that the warm color temperature is more pleasing on the skin. You know, it looks better. Now, blackout blinds, yeah, I use those when I work nights. I had them installed for a while. Like, I want to have it both ways, you know? I want to be able to have the sunlight from outside. And I want to be able to, you know, stream. So that's kind of like, you know, part of the quest. And that part, luckily, wasn't the hardest thing to accomplish, you know, out of all of it. I might want to watch a tutorial on this. Yeah, I mean, I don't use all Elgato stuff. I gotta say, I almost regretted buying the Elgato internal capture card. It's actually very good, and I generally like to take things off the USB, so I don't want to have as many things on USB. So how married to this game are you guys? You guys want to see some Star Wars, or do you guys still want to see me play Ava? Oh wait, am I still in the game? I think I might still be in the game. No, I'm dead. So let me know if you guys really want to see me continue this Ava game. I will, you know, but I can remotely reset my Nintendo right now, and, you know, then I can just, you know, switch games without getting up. You want it both ways, eh? Oh, is that an invitation, or are you trying to promise me a good time, huh? You know, I don't have so the reason I studied Video Ninja today was because when you do your streams, Chaos, you have people join. I think you do it through a Discord VC. So I'm guessing that you're using OBS to share the Discord window, and that's basically how you do that, huh? How cool is watching you get head tied? Question is do you prefer it? I still don't even know if I have any control over that. Do what you wanna, can't stay long anyway. Well, I'm glad you dropped in Superior Dave. I mean, Silicon Dave. Superior Dave is a different guy. Silicon Dave, I say, is superior at calculations, while Superior Dave is just, I guess, a superior human. I'm joking, of course, but, you know, we know two Daves. God damn it, I wasted my AT field. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, so I gotta be careful about using that AT field because... So watch, you wanna see a magic trick? Alright, there we go. That's how I reset the Nintendo. Now, the reason I'm not showing you the menu is because I'm trying to get out of the habit of showing the menu on the N64 flash cartridge. Even though it's not... Okay, I'll show it once. I'll show it for 1 second. See? It's not really wrong. It's just that I don't want to, like, you know, get myself pegged in an algorithm as somebody who plays bootlegs. I mean, I own a lot of these games. Like, I mean, sure, I'll try out games I don't own, and then maybe I'll buy the cartridge if I really like it. But, like... That's like the legal thing, right? And so I have a friend, he'll like buy some games, retro games, to a website that like that's their thing, is like sending you retro game cartridges. And I think the game was called Dark Rift. No, Dark Rift was weird. So Dark Rift was a weird game I played yesterday. It's almost like the warp from, you know, 40K. But we're gonna find the game I'm looking for right now. Hydro Thunder, Madden, Mahjong, Micro Machines, Midway's Greatest Hits, Mortal let's see, I think it was right around Robotech. So we got MPQR Polaris, Power Rangers. Oh, I know someone who would like that game. Powerpuff Girls, I didn't even know they had that. Rally Challenge, I'll try that later. But I'm looking for the game. I might have to go into my videos and like literally just get the name of the game from yesterday because it was really cool. It wasn't Ridge Racer. It wasn't Rocket Robot, Revolt, San Francisco, Snowboard Kids, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Space Invaders, Star Fox. I think it was in this neighborhood. Starshot, Space Circus Fever, Bowling, Super Bowling, Star Soldier. So that's an interesting one I want to try. I think that's based on the Kurt Russell movie, Star Soldier, Vanishing Earth. That's the video game name. They got a Tamiya Racing, Tamagotchi 64, Supercross, Turok. We got like every Turok game. Top Gear Overdrive. But I'm gonna have to probably go to my video recording and just get the name of the game I played yesterday because this game was so cool. In fact, we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go into my video folder real quick, and it won't take me long, but we need to see the game I played yesterday. I'll even show you what it looks like. See, I was playing Forza last night. See, this is what it looked like yesterday when I had the graphics settings cranked up, but the frame rate was still, you know, whatever. Oh, yeah, I was playing with open space for like a couple of hours, I think an hour yesterday. You know, this is always a fun time. I'm trying to get like a camera technique going on that so I can like make maybe my own video clips and use them in things. Oh, wait a second. I didn't record it in this instance of OBS. I recorded it in the OBS right now. So it's going to probably be here. Let me just switch the camera, make sure there's no pornography there. Okay. That's like my biggest fear in life is accidentally opening up like some porn that I didn't even know I had. Because of course, you know, it's not like I have any. Oh yeah, this is the game I mentioned, Dark Rift. So the game starts off with like basically a rift was opened in space and demons came in. But the problem is that it's a versus game. So I don't think there's a single player mode here. So, you know, you really, you know, can't play a single player game alone, you right? That's like playing with yourself. Oh, this game was weird. Okay, this game, what you do with this game is you got this metal bar. See this metal bar? But really when the game starts, the metal bar turns into this. And you basically got to go through this maze. Okay, we're getting warmer. This game was interesting. It had interesting driving physics. That was Star Fox, evidently. We got it. This is it. Yeah, I don't know the name of this game. Crap. Anybody know the name of this game? All right, that's the game. All right, I need to get the name of that. Okay, we got Google Translate on my phone. It's time to be brave. You can press the button. That's what it says on the bottom. Okay, apparently Google Translate isn't having it. Google Translate is not having it. Like, yeah, you did see Stellarium. Google Translate's all like, yeah, no, you gotta give me real letters. All right, so let's see. Treasure ESP 1999 N64 game, right? It's gotta be like, okay, it's called Barakujutsu Maraki, I think. Or Bangai Overview. Bangai O. I think it's called Bangai Ro. Alright, let's see. We're gonna look for Bangai Ro. Alright, let's get this off my screen. So we're gonna look for Bangai Ro. So that's gotta be alphabetical, right? So it's gonna be Bakuratsu Makura Bangyao. There we go, got it. So this game, yeah, so putting on the MPRT setting to get high refresh rate. Oops. Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it, I think it needs a memory card. Okay, so this game, this is actually why I set up the bubble in the corner. So to fly in this game, you can jump like this, or you can hold down the jump button, or you can just jump. You fly like this with the D-pad, right? So that runs your thrusters. And if you want to fire, you can do this. You can do up, right, left. So you're using basically the D-pad, and you're using the, like, this is very bizarre, right? Oh, and you got a special to the Z button, but you're hitting the Z button like this. So very bizarre, you know, it's just a bizarre game. It is. But it is cool. It is a cool game. Oh, what the hell did I just do? Oh, I just switched between the guy and the girl. Oh, whoops. See, I'm not binary. Alright, let's get this going. Sometimes you'll hear people screaming when you blow up their houses. But apparently you're supposed to blow up the houses, like homes. You're supposed to blow up these homes. Aim while pressing the B button and the flight button, so you can do that too. It's like a mecha Contra. That's how I would, characterize it, because so one of the things I learned was that you could blow up the thing. So that this thing that gives you free power-ups, you can blow it up by accident. So I'm really not trying to blow up the power-up machine. But apparently I might have just... Okay, no, actually you can't blow it up over here, I guess. But I'm really afraid of blowing that up, you know? So just control scheme alone on this is so bizarre. It does remind me of Contra a little bit, but it reminds me of like those games like Raiden Project, or any of the side-scrolling shooter games. And some of them can be fun when you got nothing to play, but I'm not crazy about it. Like when the new Macross game came out and I found out it was a side-scroller, I was a little bit like disappointed. I was like, really? I hold my breath waiting for this new game to come out, and it's not even like a 3D like game. Like what the hell is that? This, on the other hand, is, I don't know, it's like, it's alright. I don't know, I'm alright with this, because I didn't have any expectations going into this, right? Thanks, man. You have a great weekend, too. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, wait. I was looking for something over here, but it's gone. Okay, that's all right. We don't... Oh, there it is. So I think this is like a station. I don't know what any of this shit going on in here is. And I don't know if this girl has better... Oh, that's interesting. She's got different weapons. I don't know if the girl has better weapons, but they are cooler. Oh, she has beam weapons. Okay, so they can only shoot in one direction. This is on a console, some person, yeah. This is on my Ultra HDMI modded N64. And I'm using a flash cartridge. So basically, like, I have my N64 game stored on an SD card. And like, for example, I played Neon Genesis Evangelion. I own a copy of that on a cartridge. But I play it on the flash cartridge because then I don't have to get up and swap out the game. Beyond that, the Ultra HDMI mod, I can even access this hidden menu, or it's part of the Ultra HDMI board. And this is how I can adjust the HDMI settings if I think a game, you know, it needs it. Some games operate in different video modes, and there are times where you actually might want to, you know, switch between them. Okay, so it looks like these missiles or these plasma things bounce off of things, so you can use it like that. So it looks like we're inside like a Eucaminopolis, like a dome, like a city dome. And I feel like I'm attacking people's homes for no good reason, but maybe that's like the British when they go to war. The British will make you, you know, like give quarter to their soldiers. Oh no, no, no! I need some help. I need some help. I didn't see that coming. I won this yesterday. Yeah, like a biodome. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have okay, if I die again, I'm gonna let you guys see that picture. It's really weird. Yeah, it's like, it's interesting. A Eucaminopolis is sort of like instead of like having a city outside, you build a building and you build your city inside of it. Almost like the Hive cities from 40K, but not as dirty. And you might go to Eucaminopolis so that you can have maybe like a 50-story building that's like 2 kilometers wide. And, you know, basically like, maybe like it's so that you can maybe like, you know, make it more efficient, maybe have climate control, maybe, you know, like, you know, any number of things. I think, I always make it arcology. It's an arcology. An arcology is like a building that has cities inside of it. A Eucaminopolis is an entire planet covered in a structure where people live in multiple layers underground. Sort of like the planet Trantor in whatchamacallit, in Foundation on, you know, Apple TV, although that's not book accurate, but I mean the show isn't that book accurate, but generally, you know, they get the Eucaminopolis right. I've never used the D-pad this much since Pokemon Yellow on the Pokemon Stadium transfer pack. Sometimes, and you know what, in that case, maybe it's a good thing I'm attacking this dump, right? Keep poor people out, or make it so that you can have negative environmental impacts in the real world, while in the fake world, nobody has any thing to deal with. And yeah, I remember Total Recall. Yeah, sort of. I mean, that's like how, yeah, like that's another thing. Dome cities on other planets are like another way of doing things, you know. Whereas this is like a dome city on what looks like Earth. I mean, I guess the theory is if you build an arcology or a big, you know, like a dome city on Earth, you could potentially like set it up in such a way that you have like greenhouses that are humongous, you know, and perhaps like, you know, like grow lights. So you're using solar panels to power the grow light, or maybe you're even using lenses to direct sunlight inside. Of course, we know solar power doesn't really replace real electrical generation. People like to pretend it does. You'll get into arguments. Sometimes people would say, oh, well, you know, yeah, solar panels aren't enough, but, you know, just use wind power when the solar panels aren't working, you know. So when there's no sunlight, use wind power. When there's no wind, use solar power. And it sounds so simple. But of course, it's like a cartoonish idea to think that's really how it works. Because, I mean, you can have days where you have no wind and no sun. You can have days where you have too much wind. That's another thing, like, you know, that people don't think about. You can literally have too much wind to use a windmill. So if you have no sunlight and too much wind, it's like the same as having no wind, basically. Yep, climate control farms. And I think there's some potential, like seeing, you know, what people do with hydroponics and things like that. And aeroponic gardens and whatnot. It can be very interesting, you know? I mean, you don't have to grow, you know, weed doing hydroponics. You can grow food, you can grow tomatoes. In fact, I'm gonna get some microgreens, I think, this week, because I want to grow microgreens to put in salads, but I also want to give it to my turtle. And I'm gonna use my tortoise's used soil. I'm gonna use it as a fertilizer. Microgreens, they grow indoors, they grow very quickly. What if there's no wind or sun, then both are effective, and the amount you need so everybody gets power? What if there's no wind or sun, then both are ineffective, and the amount you need so everybody gets power, the numbers would be insane? Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, I agree. I mean, like, you know, I'm open-minded to, like, having solar panels. I'm just not really in favor of these lies where people act like you can, you know, actually use it reliably, you know. And so I think, you know, maybe, maybe, I'm sure you know, when you do your, you know, research and you read various books, Chaos, you might be open to the notion that maybe the real goal, or one of the goals, whether it be the so-called powers that be, or maybe bad actors on the side, is, you know, that you convince everybody to give up their internal combustion engine cars, you convince everybody to, you know, embrace, you know, renewables. And then when they prove inadequate, it's too late to switch back to the conventional grid. So at that point, they just tell everyone, oh, you got to reduce how much energy you're using. And it's like, well, shit. You know, if they can't convince you to reduce your energy consumption because of carbon, they'll convince people to reduce their energy consumption because they literally don't have enough energy when they rely on renewables, and or because the energy prices go up. And this is one of the issues I have with a centrally operated power grid. You know, a centralized power grid essentially means that, you know, yes, you scale it up and you're going to get way more efficiency when you have a large generator versus a small generator. But at the same time, like, maybe, you know, distributed, you know, power generation would be better when it comes to renewables, when it comes to, you know, wind. And if people, you know, knew how much energy was coming out of their personal windmill, if people, you know, knew how much was coming out of their own windmill, they might know how to adjust their power consumption. All right, I won that time. for the short term, they're great, but long term, they're not effective. Yeah, I mean, in general, hydroponics is a self-regulating ecosystem. Hydroponic aquaponics are a way to go. And the data shows that solar and wind farms have a negative impact on the environment due to not being able to be broke down. That's another factor. Like, you know, you could recycle them to an extent, but, you know, every time you manufacture a large amount of solar panels, you know, you need to melt a lot of glass. And it's like, okay, great. How many solar panels does it take to generate enough electrical heat to melt enough glass to produce a solar panel? Because I guarantee you can't use one solar panel to produce one solar panel. Now, of course, you might argue that, oh, well, you know, it averages out. You know, you put this much carbon into producing a solar panel now, and after 10 years, it pays for itself or something like that, you know. And I'm just making up numbers here, but, you know. And data shows that solar and wind farms. So, you know, I mean, like, I think there's the right way to do these things, but what's not right is, like, they got these net meters, right? And the net meters, basically, it's like you're selling energy back to the grid. So when you put solar panels in your roof, you can't use it when there's a power outage, you're assed out. But the idea is that now the power company doesn't have to generate as much electricity. I guess, I really don't know. I don't even think that's how it works. But in theory, if I consume, let's say, you know, 10 kilowatt hours and I produce 2 kilowatt hours, then my energy bill will be that much cheaper because you're selling the excess difference. So let's say I produce 12 kilowatt hours while consuming 10. Okay, great. Now I'm starting to get a negative bill. I'm selling energy to the grid or whatever. But the thing is, it never really works out that way. You'll get a discount on your bill, which is something. I mean, it's not bad on its own. But you're never going to sell, you know, at the full market value. And I would never expect it to work that way because, like, what? If I put, like, 10 kilowatts into the grid, well, which, I mean, that's a large number, but let's say I did it. Does my neighbor get to use 10 kilowatts? Or how does it work? Is it just... It sounds almost like they're measuring the energy. Maybe some of that energy could be picked up by my neighbors, but it doesn't guarantee that, you know, I mean, like, you still need that generator, what do they call it? Ramp up power, they have a term for it, but, like, no load, base load. So you need that base load. So if you reduce the base load and you increase the amount of people using, you know, solar panels and net meters, then yes, you could replace the base load. But if there's a shortfall where people stop generating solar, and you don't have that base load to meet demand, then you're overloading the grid, you know. So there's, like, all these little factors, and there may be ways to implement it. I just don't like being sold a bill of goods that doesn't actually, you know, end up doing the thing I need it to do. It's fascinating what they're doing with growing food like hydroponics and drip irrigation. Yeah, drip irrigation is very cool. I agree. That's like, you can even do it with soil. If you don't want to go hydroponic and you want to keep it simple, you can do that. You can have, you know, soil plants or expanded clay pellets and just kind of, like, you know, irrigate that. Can't remember the dude's name, but they found a way to convert hemp oil into fuel. The earth is plentiful of renewable sources. The powers that be don't want us reliant on those renewable resources. And, you know, like, you could argue that burning hemp oil creates carbon or something like that, but, like, the things that I don't like being told that I'm the asshole for, like, you know, being a bad steward to the environment. When I know that the corporations that pander all this bullshit today, look at what is going on there. Like, what is this? I don't know if that's like a Japanese ghost or a clansman. I can't believe I just tried to say clansperson, like, as if you need to be politically correct. Like, someone's gonna get mad at you. You didn't say clansperson, you said clansman. You need to be inclusive. You need to include everybody. But, like, I definitely, you know, what was I saying? I'm sorry, I got my brain sidetracked. I got distracted by the kid in the, being beaten up by those people in the weird costumes. I gotta remember not to jump when I'm trying to use my weapon. dioxide is good to an extent. I mean, it basically isn't like this deadly, super deadly poison. Sure, it's poisonous if you have like more carbon dioxide in a closed environment, but you know, on a global scale, it's not bad. My biggest issue with the argument that carbon dioxide is good isn't so much that I have a problem with carbon on its own. I mean, yeah, absolutely, like there's a symbiosis between us and the trees, no doubt about it. I just sometimes I get into these, I see these comments and arguments where people seem to be implying that we should be tripping all over ourselves to be producing more carbon, you know, for the betterment of the trees and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, I just don't like really like. I think it's like just like, I wouldn't say moving the goalposts, but it's a contrarian argument, you know. It's like it's like we don't necessarily need to be going out of our way to produce carbon, but we also don't need to pretend that we need to make less carbon. So I agree that like I don't like. Basically, my issue is that you can make a case good and bad for carbon at various amounts, but I certainly don't think we should be tripping all over ourselves to be producing more of it. And conversely, I don't appreciate being told by corporations and, you know, government officials and elected officials who live in the lap of luxury. I don't like when elected officials living in the lap of luxury are telling us that we got to reduce our carbon footprint when we know damn well that they take plenty of airplane flights, they sometimes take private jets, they live on these large mansion compounds. Like, I want to see these politicians, like, you know, get rid of a mansion or two, move into a smaller house, something, do the things that, you know, you want, that you say you want us to do so badly, you know? And there's a few actors in Hollywood or former Hollywood actors who like do just that, where like there's one or two people where they'll have a composting toilet and they'll do everything like, you know, environmental, but like while they're preaching environmentalism, they're living it, you know, like they're using their own solar panels, they're not using a centralized power source. It's like their own battery system, because generally that's going to be more efficient than getting a lithium power bank, you know what I mean? Like, if you're talking about offsets, like a lead acid battery can be recycled pretty easily if you really wanted to, you know, go through the trouble of melting lead at home. And it seems dangerous. I mean, yeah, you got to take precautions, but it's entirely doable, you know? But lithium batteries, you know, once they're past their useful life, assuming they don't set your house on fire, lithium batteries, you know, are not something you can just like cut open and reuse. I mean, there might be some process, but it's not quite as easy as recycling a car battery. In general, the Earth does regulate itself without our help. Like you're saying, Chaos, the part they fail to comprehend it. And that's a fair point, you know, that's a fact. I don't think they're failing to comprehend it. I mean, the people, the environmental zealots who follow the party line, yeah, they fail to comprehend that. But I'm sure there's those who are well aware of that and they're disingenuous, they just don't talk about it, you know, like they know the deal, but they're trying to sell something. They're trying to sell their environmentalism. They're trying to show fake virtue, you know, virtue. So, you know, like any politician who like says, oh my God, we have 10 years before the point of no return. And that's the thing, it's like, okay, 10 years before the point of no return. Why not 8 years? Why not 12 years? How do you put an exact number on that? You know, so clearly I'm being bullshitted. Okay, I just went into fighter plane mode. I don't even know how I did it. Oh, that's cool, I can do that. It's like the Wave Rider from Gundam. And that's a valid point. The volcanoes put out a lot of carbon, and you know, I'm quick to adopt binary like conclusions on this stuff without a lot of information. And it sucks because I mean we argue with a lot of people, right? Who don't know shit, but because they're quoting the mainstream line, they are self-assured that they are right, whether or not they're right. So it can be hard to debate when you are willing to concede on individual points, and so that puts me in a tough pickle sometimes. But you know, I'm willing to hear out the other point, but even if all that shit is like a valid concern about the whole, you know, carbon, climate, etc., even if that's a valid concern, like, it's not the end of the world. It's not that fucking serious. Not like overnight, like, especially like when you got a weather event, like a big hurricane, people will be like, oh, this is because of climate change, and it's only going to get worse because, you know, that's how this works or whatever. And luckily, like, there was recently, like, a fact check on Facebook where somebody said the earthquake that happened in New York and Jersey was because of climate change. And of course, you know, luckily, I mean, surprisingly, it was actually fact checked on Facebook. They were like, this is bullshit. And I was surprised they did that because I'm so accustomed to people blaming every big weather event on climate change and never getting fact checked. And in my past experience, you could say right after any big storm it was due to climate change and nobody will fact check you. But if I go and I do my research, I show my receipts, I say, hey, look, I got, you know, proof or evidence, strong evidence that this storm isn't necessarily purely the result of climate change, that's when you'll get slapped down with a fact check, or, you know, people will argue saying you're being a denialist or whatever. But let's see, let's read the chat here. Or they comprehend it, but the money is too good for them. Yep. The water is natural, is a natural filter, but they don't bring that up. Now, look, the thing about the oceans are the more carbon dioxide that the oceans absorb, the more acidic they get. So there is a point where you might get more acidity than you want. That said, I'm not going to pretend to know how that works. Also, I'm reluctant to quote the bullshit, not bullshit, stuff I hear sometimes. It's like, an example you'll see in these videos that talk about climate change, they'll say, okay, as the Earth's climate, as the temperatures rise, the ocean can hold less, you know, more or less carbon. So essentially, like, the ocean is a carbon sink, but as temperature changes, it either increases or loses its ability to hold as much carbon. And so you'll either have too much acidity, or you have, they honestly, I don't even know why I'm quoting this stuff right here sometimes. It's like, you know, like, here's another one. Well, first I'll finish out reading the chat on the current topic, and I'll give you another one here. But, heck, volcanoes dish out more carbon in a single eruption than we put out in, like, 10 years. That's a valid point, you know? And look, we do put out a lot of carbon, but it's not like the end of the world, even if we have a measurable change on the weather systems. And, you know, some people would say, oh, well, the weather's been different than it was when you were a kid in the 90s. And it's like, maybe, I don't know. I've only lived, like, you know, 30-something years, and on a, you know, time scale that, you know, the planet is dealing with, that's like a drop in the bucket, you know? It's like, and I'm not saying that we should discount everything by using that excuse, but it's like, that's anecdotal data. I don't like that. I have to trust the science and all this shit, and then at the same time, I have to accept anecdotes. It's like, look, do you want me to trust the science? Do you want me to use science as a tool? Because there is no the science. That's dumb. But anyway, do I want to, you know, use science as a tool, or do I just want to use anecdotes? Because, like, it's not cool when people use anecdotes to support the talking point, but then you're not allowed to use anecdotes to counter it. And frankly, I don't think either party should be using anecdotes. But let's get back to the track here. The European Union tried to ban the use of cadmium. What did I say? In oil paints. They didn't bother to limit the cadmium batteries, which contribute roughly to 90% of that pollution. Yeah, so ban cadmium paint, but make it okay in fucking batteries that actually use it. And I like nickel cadmium batteries. They're great. I have nickel cadmium batteries in my... See, I got Panasonic Eneloop batteries. These are great batteries, by the way. Really good rechargeables. The black ones have more capacity, but the white ones are just good all-around quality rechargeable batteries. And, like, you know, see, so, look, I may not be in favor of the mainstream climate change narrative, and I clearly have my, you know, views that may not be popular in the mainstream, but I'm using rechargeable batteries, okay? I ride a bicycle, all right? Oh, speaking of which, I gotta put the new tires on my bike after this. So I'm doing the things that, you know, we're supposed to do. And I see a lot of these people bitching about climate change, and then I'm not saying they shouldn't drive their cars, but they are driving cars. So it's like, I think I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and they're not. But let's get back to the chat. I'm sorry, I'm ranting here. 5 years until the ice caps melt, because experts say. I always love making comments where I'll end it with experts say. Something, something, something. Experts say. The world gonna die eventually. It's a matter of when, not at this point. We'll be like Mars eventually, a barren wasteland. Being an alarmist about, and then the next guy says, being an alarmist about that climate could still be useful, seeing as how the government is slow to change anything. So, I mean, that's a valid point. What if there really was a valid issue, right? You know, so I get it. I just wish there was like, okay, so here's the one I wanted to bring up here. Electric cars, you know, EVs versus internal combustion. So, question that comes to mind is like, well, what's more efficient? Putting gasoline in the car, which gasoline is very energy dense. Oh, there's two of me on the screen. I just realized that. I'm sorry. Let me zoom in on the screen, guys. I should have zoomed in the whole time. I'm sorry about that. That was yeah, I mean, the gamepad is cool, but that's kind of, so that's why I have the letterbox. So I could do that when I'm playing games in ultra wide mode, but it doesn't really make sense. What a shame. Now I can't upload half of this. Oh well. In fact, let's stop the recording because there's really, I'm going to just delete the file now that I realize I made the mistake there. So yeah, the world's going to eventually die, being alarmist. Oh yeah, so anyway, so the thing is that, yes, the gasoline engine versus a large generator, maybe the large generator is more efficient because, you know, you're scaling it up, economies of scale. On the other hand, you'll get into these comment wars on, you know, YouTube comments, and people will say to you like, oh, internal combustion engines are only 20 to 50% efficient because it's a heat engine, whereas an electric vehicle is 90% efficient because I guess you're going directly from battery to the, you know, motor. And that's true, but of course we all know that you don't just go straight from the battery in your electric vehicle to your motors. You got to charge the freaking car, right? You're still seeing two of me? Oh, yeah. Huh. Damn. Gonna have to fix that. Oh, okay. I hit the wrong button before. Okay, I got it now. Okay. Oop. I know what I did. Okay. I'm surprised that actually worked. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I know what I did, though. I gotta fix this now. Actually, I don't have to fix this now. Okay, now this is fine. This is fine. I was on the wrong input. That's all. But yeah, so, I mean, what do you guys think? So, like, I mean, I think that when people make these arguments that, you know, heat engines and EVs versus each other, the problem is that they're not taking the grid into account. And the climate people, they'll get mad. They'll be like, oh, man, I don't appreciate how you want me to account for every step in the power grid, but you guys don't take into account the refineries and the pipelines. And it's like, that's a valid counterpoint, but, like, you know, whenever I get research, you know, it's like, I can't trust the research, okay? The research, the way it's funded, you know, you don't get funded for certain types of research if you say, I'm going to do a study to, you know, disprove this facet of the climate change narrative, you're not going to get the money. You're going to get the money when, you know, you want to, you know, toe the line, so to speak, or whatever, you know, is in the best interest of those who are funding it. So there's a lot of things that need to be done, like in the way we fund research or the way that we, you know, like, you know, I don't know, something needs to be done, like, to kind of scale, go back to the way science is supposed to be, you know, and maybe it was always this way, but it's not scientific to, you know, fund things based on your preconceived notions, right? So I'm going to take a break from this game here. I'm going to try another game here. The other game I wanted to show, let's see, what was the game called? Was there another game? We saw it. Oh yeah, I know what game I want to play. So I do have a physical cartridge of 1080 snowboarding that I beat. That's funny. You created another you to handle the chat comments. Don't I wish? Oh, this is a good video. I mean, I'm not deleting the stream. Some person, Chaos, I'm not deleting the stream. I was wasting hard drive space recording it. In fact, I wish let's do that again. Damn it, I want to hear the guy say 1080. 1080. Wait. 1080. Hey, he didn't say it. Damn it, do I have to reload the game to get the guy to say 1080? Alright, so my cartridge, I have like a lot of the, you know, a lot of these levels unlocked.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, Slim?
What's up? Fine then.
Yo. Okay.
Yeah? Too bad. Yeah? Too bad.
What a dick that guy is.
Yeah? Too bad.
Why can't he be nice like Akari Hayami? See? Hi! See, she's so much nicer. This guy, he's all like,
What's up? Fine then.
fine then. This guy's cool too. He's like,
Okay.
okay, he's British. Alright, so anyway, yeah, the answer to the question, Slim, is this is Nintendo 64
Let's go.
with the Ultra HDMI mod. So I installed the board on the inside. The Ultra HDMI board taps the RGB video signals from the RCP chip. So I am getting, you know, a decent RGB signal. This is not upscaling from a composite signal. This is going from the RGB feed. I still have to do a little bit of tweaking, but overall it's fine. Right now the N64's HDMI port is outputting 720p. So apparently I didn't even know I had the half pipe level here, but we do have the half pipe.
Crystal Lake.
Now, I picked the slower snowboard because it has more flexibility. I gotta check something. I need to change the brightness on my screen. Remember before I changed that weird setting on my monitor? Now it's messing with me. We're gonna turn off motion persistence RT. And let me tell you, so the funny thing was that the Elgato wasn't working with my modded N64 for a while. And, I mean, yeah, the Elgato wouldn't work with the HDMI modded N64. And that was a known thing. It was like just one of these things that you kind of have to cope with. And what happened recently was it started magically working. And I have a few guesses as to why that started working, but I'm not even certain why. So real quick, I'm just adjusting the Elgato input settings here to like get this. See how the snow doesn't show up normally? So we want to see the snow. Let me know if that's too dark for you guys. I think it should be fine, but... Airborne Mischief Makers Mystic Ninja. Thank you. I like trying all new games like that. I never heard of any of those. Maybe Airborne I heard of. Oh, that was brutal. I missed the time extender.
Go! Tweet! 180.
Ah, you motherfucker.
Time extension. Lean in. No screw. 180.
You cunt.
Tail grab.
That seems like a dangerous place to fly a helicopter, doesn't it?
Time extension.
But I love the snow in this game. Like, you can feel the snow. You can actually feel the snow in this game. And the rumble pack works pretty good, too.
Tweet! Time extension. Time extension. Lean in.
I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to do something wild, right? Oh! I'm gonna try to get do a special maneuver for you guys.
Time extension.
I forgot how to do it.
And he knows clean air. You did it.
Hey Pikachu, 40 winks. I'm gonna copy and paste those. Who the fuck is calling me? Oh, give me a second. If you really want obscure, Ozumo 1 and 64 Ozumo. I lost my notepad file. Where's my notepad? Did I make a notepad file, or did I just imagine that? I think I imagined it. Yeah, now I'm making a notepad file. So to unlock new courses, you really need to you know, win
Go!
races. You gotta win races. But I want to see the Tommy Hilfiger Stadium real quick.
Yeah. Nose boat. Clean air, clean air. Finish.
Nintendo EAD. I forgot what it meant. It's like the research division or some fanciness. Okay, we're gonna do a little match race here.
Match race.
What's up? Let's go.
I might regret this, but no doubt. Thanks for
Rob
dropping in,
Haywood
Chaos.
Versus Kensuke
You guys should all
Kimachi.
check out Chaos's channel. It's a kid. Oh shit! I was gonna try to post it. Oh god, the guy. I'm going against the guy who's fast. He's fast. The only issue with him is that he's fast, but he falls like a lot. Oh no, it's Canadian. Is that that's Japanese guy? He's not. He's actually pretty good. Now, unlike the trick mode, you can see that you can see how you can get injured here. So I actually have to be careful. I can't take too many hits. Wow. Ooh. Ah, you cunt. Oh, fudge. Thank God I'm winning already. I'm not even trying to do the adventure ramps here. Oh, maybe I should just do the ramps. It looks like they really help. Oh, no. I cannot let myself lose. There we go.
Rob Haywood versus Akari Hayame.
She's got really good technique, but I'm faster.
Go!
I think I'm faster. I'm pretty sure these are all real snowboarders. Oh, she's good. Boy, they say about girls in the hood, she's bad. No, is that a cockpit view? Cockpit view. First person view, I wonder. Sorry, girl. Oh, I thought I was gonna hit her by accident. good. Get out of here. That sounds so scummy. Oh my god, that's absolutely brutal. Like, I'm dead if I fall one more time. I'm not even jumping.
You did it!
Fun fact, you can get every round for the N64 before there was ever even an emulator. Huh? I did not know that. What, were they built into every cartridge?
Rob Haywood.
Yeah, so
versus
Slim,
Dion
I did.
Buster.
I downloaded that Portal game, but I had to download a torrent because I couldn't put the game together myself. And I mean, I'm gonna try it again. I would really like to take. I bought Portal on Steam, and I tried to follow the directions, and I must have been missing something or overlooking a step, you know. But it was really like weird. Like there was something that just wasn't working when I was putting the ingredients together. And you know, I have a Linux system to do this stuff on, although I was thinking about spinning up a virtual machine or a Linux container so I have like a proper environment to, you know, compile in. Because the version that I torrented is like an old version, right? It's not the newest one. So if I want to play the newest Portal version on N64, I have to figure out how to put the ingredients together. I think Dion Blast is gonna beat me here. Oh boy, too many errors. Whoa. Damn it, this guy's fast. You forgot to say Alakazam when you were putting it together. Oh, that's the issue. I did forget to say Alakazam, Slim. That must be it. That's gotta be it.
Rob Haywood
Hey, what up, Wade?
versus Dion Blaster. Ready?
Yeah, man, I'm just piling to N64 before dinner. I should probably get ready to go out soon. Free tonight? I don't know. I mean, I probably not, because usually I go out to my friend's house. I go out to the same friend's house on Fridays, almost every other Friday or whatever. I actually have to send him, see what he's up to in like a minute, or 10, or 15 minutes, I don't know. But, you know, you'll know, I'll drop in either way. I mean, I'm not gonna drop into the stream if I'm not home, but I'll probably drop in, see the chat. As for late, it depends on how late I get home. If I go out, I'm gonna get home real late. You know, maybe not real late, but I could get home pretty late. Oh crap! Woo. I gotta chase this guy. I just realized I was. Oh boy, I'm gonna get it handed to me here. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thank you, Wade. Real Wade Gaming Nation. Real Wade Nation gaming clips right here. Live. Live from New York. Not New York, but basically. Yeah, see, that's the person I'm talking about. See, Wade's like, hey, you want to come on my stream time? I say, I don't know, I might be going out tonight. And then the person messages me next. He goes, yo! And see, I got to message that person. But as you can see, I'm in the game, William. And that's why. And I'm about to lose to a British person. Yes, he's African and British, but he's British first. Pretty sure that's how that works. You know, no matter what race you are, once you speak with a British accent, you're British. Oh, he's gonna... I should just give up right now and start over. It's good practice, though. You know what? Good practice. And there's still a chance he'll fall down.
Nice try.
He did not fall down. I wonder if I have any of those games in my ROMs.
Versus Dion Blaster.
I got one life left.
Ready? Go!
He's got that acceleration thing going on. I think there's a shortcut to the woods, but I wouldn't really call it a shortcut. I should knock him over, shouldn't I? Oh, no, 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 don't hit me.
Yeah.
Ooh. My rumble pack keeps hitting my keyboard, so if I start typing a bunch of random letters, that's why. Oh, he's got a shortcut too. Ah. Woo. Oh crap, I can't make a sharp turn on this. No! Oh fuck, I gotta knock him over now. No, 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 no. Americans over British people every day. Come on. Yeah, fall. Fuck!
Nice try.
Oh.
Ah, gee.
That was a really... I mean, I know I used profanity just now, but that sounded like he was like, ah, gee. That sounded negative, yo. Oh, at least I got the best time. I got the best time here. Granted, this is a relatively new game save. Now, if I want to challenge myself, try beating the best times on the physical cartridge. All right, we're gonna switch one more game and I'm out because it's already sunset. So let's see here. The games that Slim gave me were, let's see, Hey Pikachu, Air Border. What about Water Border? We do have Air Borders, Mischief Makers, 40 Winks. What is that weird Japanese name? Ozumo. Do I have a 60? I think that's a Japanese title. I'm almost certain I don't have that. I shouldn't be showing this list on screen, but I have these games. Plus Neon Genesis Evangelion. And I discovered a game. What the hell did I discover? It was a cool game. It's called Human Harvest or Harvest something Body Harvest. Body Harvest was pretty cool. Wave Race is pretty cool. How's Air Border? Is that any good? I think I might just do Wave Race if this game sucks. Yeah, I'll do Wave Race if this sucks. Oh yeah, this game was cool. Really difficult, but cool. I'm definitely not gonna play it right now, I don't think. Let's do Wave Race. That sounds like a good, safe game to play. I was playing 1080 snowboarding, and then I moved over to I played a lot of games today on N64. Played Neon Genesis Evangelion. That shit was hard. We're about to just go and do Wave Race, although tomorrow I really need to do Star Wars games like I was going to do today. V-Rally. I do want to try V-Rally. Win back. Okay, apparently I'll be right back.
Start your engine.
3, 2, 1.
And I can't play it because I can't reverse the controls for left and right. Yo, I was doing that in GoldenEye yesterday. I was so surprised, like, how that worked.
Been overtaken.
Woo! So, I mean, I understand vertical inverted controls. I don't really understand horizontal inverted controls. So this is actually one of the games that when I was doing the mod on my N64, somebody did a variety of comparisons to different types of upscalers, different types of HDMI adapters, and different operating modes. Because right now I have a setting enabled called Sharp Pixels, and it basically it's like a filter that like eliminates the de-blurring filter. Because there is a de-blurring filter on here. Which one should I do? Championship? I'm only gonna play 1 or 2 games.
Mono, headphone, stereo, headphones. Mono, headphone, stereo, headphones, stereo.
How is it the sound on headphones is basically the same as mono? Why would you not want stereo sound on headphones? I would think that would be way better.
Wave race.
What do you mean you can't see the game? Oh. Sorry about that. So yeah, championship, time trial, stunt mode. I'm sorry, you guys could have looked at the intro the whole time while I was away. So you see how like those cubes that are spinning are very pixelated, so if I put like a de-interlace filter on, or if I add scan lines on purpose, the cubes might look a little better. So sometimes you actually benefit from the scan lines, even though, you know, I generally don't like the way they alter the color. You're really drastically altering the color.
Select your watercraft, please.
Look at the guy's butt.
Welcome to Dolphin Park. Warm-up time. Follow that dolphin.
What dolphin? Oh! Wait, I don't even know how to guess it.
To start racing, select Start the Race from the pause screen menu.
Can you shoot weapons at the dolphin?
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
I mean, I dig that.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, one of the characters had like a neon-colored butt. And like a blue suit, so it looked very bizarre.
Okay. Good. Done.
I played like half of Star Fox yesterday, and then I forgot you can't just save in the middle of the game. So I was like, screw this. I didn't want to leave my N64 on overnight. Hydro Thunder. Yeah, man, I'm down to come by today right after dinner. I'm literally about to eat dinner in about 20, 30 minutes. About 30 minutes, I'm going to eat dinner. So it'll probably take me a little longer than that, but yeah, I'm literally eating dinner in a half hour's time. So I'm down to come through.
Hey, the final lap.
Ow! Fuck. What am I, 5th place? I don't even care anymore.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay. Maximum power.
Oh boy. That's a way to plunder maximum power.
Oh! Nice try.
I did not know you could do that, but that's kind of cool that there's a prototype game for N64 that was ultimately ported to GameCube. So that's cool. So I can get a copy of Prototype Dino World, or whatever it's called, for the N64, and that was turned into the GameCube game for Star Fox for GameCube. Yeah, I got you. I played a few of the GameCube Star Foxes that were pretty good. That's another thing. I'm gonna have to make sure my Wii. I think my Nintendo Wii works. I was playing some games on the GameCube mode a while ago.
Welcome to
So
Sunset
anyway,
Bay.
I think that covers our bases there. So you know, maybe I'll play more N64 during the week.
Your engine.
But for now,
3, 2,
I'm gonna wrap this up as soon as I find my controls.
Time to
Okay, I should probably not leave the N64 controller on top of my tower. Let's see here. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and you know, all the usual suspects, all of our usual ventures, all of our non-ventures, all of our friends of the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Oh wait, am I on the wrong menu again? Oh no, I'm not. Whoops, sorry. Really not trying to publicize that menu. I don't want to be like a sales rep for the EverDrive, you know? How is the supernova hunting going? Oh, that went pretty well a while ago. I mean, I don't think I caught the supernova, if that's what you mean. Speaking of which, I do need to check the meteorological forecast real quick. Because my telescope is literally outside, and if I go on a bike ride, I mean, if I go leave my house to visit my friend's house, I need to make sure it's not going to frickin' rain. So let's take a look at the New York weather forecast. No doubt, Lady Miss. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. We're going to go with hourly forecast. A Sirius XM commercial. Who uses radio anymore? How okay. Ooh. Now these advertisements will get me. I should buy that telescope. Look at that. $107,000. You think they could knock the extra $995 off the price for what you're paying there? I'm going to be starting a game here in a little bit. Everybody is welcome to join it. It will be interactive for everyone. I was going to... Damn it, the stupid heart emoji is back. So apparently they updated the YouTube chat window so that you don't get the heart emoji in the chat window anymore, so it doesn't block the words. Real quick, I'm just trying to get oh, look at that. When it doesn't say go to channel when I click on Slim's name. That's all right, I'm gonna click on it over here. I want to drop you guys a link so you guys can visit you know, Slim's channel. But like he said, he will be holding a stream, a live stream in a few minutes, where if you refresh this page a couple of times in the next few minutes, you will be notified, you will be aware. Hell, you should subscribe to him. And basically a party game. So jackbox.tv. So the way it works is you join the stream, or you're watching the stream like normal, like a regular viewer, and it'll have a thing on the screen. It'll say go to jackbox.tv. So you go to that website, you type in a 4-digit code that comes up on the screen on the YouTube video side. And from there, you just kind of answer the game questions on the screen. And some of it is like, one of the games is called Riff Tracks. And what you do in Riff Tracks is, it's like playing Mad Libs, but with movie quotes. So you have a scene from a movie, and then you have to insert a quote of your own in the blank scene. And then it plays the text, you know, voiceover that you typed in there, and whoever says the funniest thing wins, because, you know, everyone who participates votes on, you know, the game. So that's basically how that works. So, yeah, if you're interested, I put the link right above the message right above here, right? So you can see where Slim wrote starting in about 15 minutes. You click on that. Keep an eye on the channel, or like I said, subscribe, and you can join the game if you want. As for me, I'm gonna get ready for dinner. Maybe I'll shower. No, I should shower. But anyway, it's gonna be cloudy in the morning, so I mean, maybe I should just cover up my telescope. Let's see. We're gonna check the Aviation Weather Center. I used to have a way simpler weather map than this. I hate this one. I don't hate it. Just I'm not a meteorologist. I don't need all of this information here. So I think what it's saying is that it's going to get cloudy at some point. I don't know. I may be able to drop in. I'm just going to play it by ear. Just going to eat dinner, you know, work it out from there. Main plan is get myself freshened up and ready for dinner. And, oh shit, I got to change the tire on my bike. I guess, you know, I'm not changing the tire on my bike tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. That'll save me one less task. But yes, I basically have to get ready because when I get invited to my friend's house, I'll be like, I'll be there in a half hour. And then I take an hour. So I want to try to avoid that. But jokes aside, thanks for inviting me, Slim. I hope other people in the chat will be more inclined to join if I'm unable to, you know, join up for that. And I do appreciate the game recommendations. That is pretty cool. As for anybody watching on the replay, if you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. And for now, I shall end this transmission as soon as I can find that button. Or do we have to play the outro? We should play the outro. Wait, how do I do that? I did not hit the button, did I? Okay, here we go. We're going to play the outro for this one, right?